Hello, Mr. Minnick, helping students work with Assignment 3, PictureLab from College Board. And that can be found if you find the place to download it. There's this PDF on the College Board website. And after you've installed the PictureLab on your computer, which I do in another video, and after you've answered these questions in Assignment 1, A1, which are really just a matter of like reading the paragraph and answering the questions here. And after you've done Assignment 2, which involves executing the color chooser class, I have another video for that, Assignment 2, and you answered these questions, then you're ready to do Assignment 3, which is the focus of this short video. Now, they're asking you to open up the PictureExplorer file. It's part of the overall PictureLab project. Execute the main method, and then just kind of do the things they're suggesting that you do there in that paragraph. You should have working knowledge of the answers to those questions by the time you take the AP exam. For example, you should know what pixelation means. You should know about rows and columns and the resolution 640 by 480. And you should also then do whatever they're telling you to do here, which I think I'm going to do in this video. And you definitely should be able to say that you had hands-on experience with these exercises, which I'll probably do in this video. And that's about it. Yep, because this year might be a new video coming to a theater near you soon, Assignment 4. So here I am in the editor JGrasp, and I'm closing up something I was working with before. And because I have the project open, I've already went to Project, Open, and I opened up the PictureLab project. I'm now going to find this source file that Barb Erickson or College Board is suggesting that I double click here, called PictureExplorer. So I double click it and I expand it here in this little window. And I scroll down to notice that it does have a main method in it somewhere. She tends to put her main methods at the very bottom, which is fine. And it only has 2 lines of code. And by the way, that could be probably turned into 1 line of code. Not that that's good style. So we're going to do a walkthrough. We're going to trace this code to understand why it works the way it does and eventually get a 5 on the AP exam. Okay, so she threw this in as like a little tester. And you get to explore the pixels in the beach graphic. So she instantiates a picture object. And instead of setting something equal to 0, she sends it the file beach.jpg. So there's a constructor in the picture class, what I call a other constructor, that accepts a string as a parameter, which probably needs to be a valid JPEG that's stored somewhere in a folder that's in your project, probably. And that instantiation is creating an object that has an object variable named PIX, which has a declared reference type picture. So let's go up and see if she imports picture. Is picture something that comes from Java? Well, you don't really know for sure here because, for example, the picture class, if it were part of the AWT Abstract Windowing Toolkit, it's part of the Java library, it would be specifically referenced there. She used the select all wildcard operator, so I don't really know for sure if picture comes from Java. But I could go find the online Java API and scroll up and down and look for the P picture class if it were there. So right now, I really honestly don't know where picture's coming from, but I'll cheat a little bit. Did she provide it to us in this project as a custom? Yep, she did. So she provided a picture class to us, and we have it in the same source folder, which means you don't have to import it up here if it's in the same folder. Java's just smart like that. You automatically get stuff for free if you have it wisely saved to the same folder and with the right uppercase first letter and all that. Okay, back after a short break there, Mr. Minnick back in action. So we do have a picture class. I'm going to double click it and have it open here as another sort of, well, I need to be able to trace through this code because she wrote this code for us to understand. And let's go back now to tracing the main method in PictureExplorer. Ooh, we've got to scroll way far down there. So I've created an object called Pix. And now I'm calling the explore method. So where is the explore method? Well, because it's pix.explore, that means the explore is a method in the picture class. And because it's not picture with a capital C there, the name of the class, I know that it's an instance method and not a static method. If you don't understand that, read my lecture notes or just pay attention more. So I'm going to go find the explore method that's in her picture class, which, remember, it's this other file here that I've already opened up, and I can browse and find the explore method. So I'm scrolling. That's an interesting method. I go past the constructor, the default constructor here. I go past her other constructor, which we made use of, technically speaking, already. Don't worry about the word super right now. It's just there. Oh, another other constructor that I could make. Oh, another other constructor. Yet another one. Wow, she really gave me a lot of other constructors for flexibility. A toString method, which is very important to know the purpose of toString methods on the AP exam, and you should be able to write your own toString method when necessary. It's a standard Java thing to write toString methods for testing and diagnostics. Zero blue, you work with that in another assignment. Mirror vertical, you work with that one. A lot of these are very important for AP students and just interesting for other people that want to know Java. She made all these methods using two-dimensional arrays so that you can learn. Oh, she hardwires a flower graphics in there. I don't like that. She should have passed them in as parameters, but oh well. Edge detection. Whoa! If we do artificial intelligence and we can tell family members when they walk into our house with our little Raspberry Pi webcam, we could tell the outline of somebody's face versus your dog that grew like 5 feet. A 6 foot tall dog might be confused with your father, but we do edge detection and know that your father doesn't have like a beard all over his face. So we would know human versus canine. Just saying, this is powerful stuff. Okay. Oh, she put a main method inside of picture. So if you wanted to, you could execute the picture class on its own, which we're not doing right now because we didn't. So where's that explore method? I'm not seeing it. So I'm getting worried. I don't see the explore method where it was advertised. Oh. There's something called inheritance built into Java, which means if at the tippy top of a class where you have the class header, if you have the keyword extends and then something, that means you get all of its methods for free as part of this class. So I now have to find her simple picture class and double click it and bring it open in a tab over here and scroll through it to find the explore method. Now make a note, oh, it implements something which we haven't studied yet. The explore method's got to be here. It's got to be here because otherwise there would have been an error message. Okay, I'm going to just do a quick pan through this. It would be an interesting method found somewhere down here. Maybe she alphabetized these, maybe not. Explorer's in here somewhere. On the AP exam, you often have to look through pages and pages of code that they give you as references. And under time pressure, you have to find stuff. Oh, there it is. There's the explore method. And all it is one line of code. And it's void. And it basically calls a constructor, a other constructor, and just makes something happen. So I'm, to be honest with you, considering this black box. This is something that, well, like the engine of a car or the engine of an airplane, we just assume it works. And right now we're the pilot, we're not the mechanic. We just assume it works. She gives you explanations here, and just know that it puts it in the memory of the computer. So I'm now back to this line of code, and I just enjoy the net result that when I execute this, this happens. When I execute PictureExplorer, it's happening very slowly here, but here it is. It lets me explore this. Now, you can, on your own time, follow College Board's recommendations and click spots in this two-dimensional array of pixel objects, and it's going to tell you what color RGB combination you're currently highlighted on. And if you want to, you can zoom in at 500% and get really up close and uptight with these pixels. Or you can zoom out like a bird up in the atmosphere and look down. And you can use your arrow keys to sort of like move sideways, I think. No, I thought the arrow keys worked. Anyway, oh, these arrows. If you click these, you get to move around and all that. Then she also, after closing this by clicking the red X, because she doesn't give me an exit menu command, she didn't bother. You can also swap in another picture. Now I'm going to come over here. Oh, I don't have a view of my images folder. So in this case, I'm going to browse into my images folder using this browser here. I'm going to change Java files to all files, so I'm sure to see the graphics and not just .java source code files. So now that I see all files, I can browse into images and notice that besides beach.jpg, Barbara S with a capital S, case sensitive, lowercase b, Barbara S. Ooh, this is powerful. Wow. So if I execute the program now with that string value in there, and because it's in that folder and accessible, here it comes, Barbara S. Barbara S. Well, that's her. Barbara Erickson. S might be her middle name or something, but there she is. And we can zoom in on her at 500% if you want to. She might not want you to do that. But she put her picture in there. That's her fault. See that? And the tip of her nose is the RGB value R224, 180, 167 for what it's worth. Okay, so if you want to, and I recommend that you close JGrasp when you do this, exit JGrasp and put your own graphics, JPEGs certainly seem to work, into this images folder, and you can browse, you can explore your own graphic. That's, I think, something they're encouraging you to do in the case study. And yes, and then you can also use some scale method that comes from the picture class, which basically is behind the scenes probably with that zoom command. Okay, if you have any other questions, good luck. Try it out and then try to contact me if you have any other questions on that PictureExplorer file.